For those who are looking for a class to play that has the best small arms firepower, look no further than the Automatic Rifleman. The Automatic Rifleman is a class that is very basic in the heart of the matter, but at the same time can bring a lot of small arms firepower, arguably some of the best in the game due to the loadouts and weapons you have at your disposal. Whether that be an MP40 or a PPSH with a drum mag, or the STG-44. There's a lot of options depending on what country you play, and they bring a lot of firepower to the game, which can really tip the balance in your team and or squad's favor if used correctly. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, how to play Automatic Rifleman right. Now let's just jump right into it. So the big thing with the Automatic Rifleman class that sets it apart from most of the other classes is its automatic rifle, or at least in the Soviets' case, a really good submachine gun. So the thing with the automatic rifle that sets it apart from submachine guns like the PPSH or MP40 or any other submachine gun you wish to talk about is the fact that it shoots a rifle caliber round, which has a lot more propellant behind it and does a lot more damage overall and can be used at essentially all ranges. Combine that with the fact that the rifles themselves are fully automatic, you have a gun that can really compete with submachine guns, where with submachine guns, they excel at very close range, but you may need 2 or 3 rounds to kill an enemy. Where with the Automatic Rifleman class, if you have a rifle, this is more or less 1 or 2 rounds depending on where you hit the target. The other advantage that this class has, because submachine guns are only really good at close to light-medium ranges, the Automatic Rifleman can be used at short, medium, or long range depending on the situations you find yourself in. You can use fully automatic fire to cut down enemies in close range, or a couple controlled bursts at medium to long range. This weapon just gives you a lot more versatility compared to other weapons that other classes get, so it's what sets this class at least somewhat apart from others. Now, the main disadvantage you really have with this class is the fact that you really have no class to look forward to that'll give you something really cool, such as like the Assault Level 9 Satchel class, just to name one example. But since this is the case and the class is very basic with its loadouts, you really have one sole objective: to kill the enemy. You are Joker from Full Metal Jacket. Your one job is to kill the enemy and kill them well. And with the weapons you get from this class, you have a lot of options at your disposal, at least in how you can approach a certain area. This class is essentially a hybrid between a rifleman and assault class, kind of combined into one, at least in the weapons aspect for what you have at your disposal. And this is decently reflected in how you should play the class. So seeing as you have no real tools to deal with things like vehicles, fortifications, or anything like that, with your job only having to kill the enemy, you can do that a multitude of ways. One major way that this class is mostly effective for your team, whether it be an offense or defense, is just providing effective fire on your targets. And with the weapons you have, this could be a multitude of things, whether that be suppressing fire, effective fire at medium to long range or short range, clearing buildings and trenches for your allies because you have fully automatic weapons, and just any other way that you can clear out the way on the front line for either attacking the enemy or defending against the enemy. Another way you can utilize this class is for flanking measures, whether this be attacking or defending. With the fully automatic weapons you have at your disposal, this makes dealing with enemy flank attacks or doing flank attacks yourselves really easy to deal with, even if you're by yourself. This class is very similar to the assault class when it comes to doing flanking maneuvers. It's very easy to do because of the fully automatic weapons at your disposal, but I'd argue it's even easier if you're using a fully automatic rifle, as the damage is just a lot more. Now with this class, there is a little bit of decision making when it comes to doing flank attacks. Should you stay with your squad or go on by yourself to flank the enemy or move differently from your squad? Now every scenario is different, but you in the end are the one that has to make that decision. And the way that you can view this is take some of those risks. Overall, being an automatic rifleman and not having something like a rocket launcher or satchel means you're not as valuable to the squad if certain issues arise, meaning that you can be free to move as you see fit. And if you see a clear advantage or potential for success to do something different that involves breaking off from the rest of your team or squad, do it. As long as you're not putting yourself in a super out of position area that you really aren't that effective for your team, then I'd say it's worth it and it's worth a try. The one thing I would remember, and as you play the game you'll get better with this, is knowing the difference between flanking the enemy, moving around your squad, and being away from an objective, and being so far out of position that even if what you're doing is good, such as the intentions are good, but they don't really provide a lot of actual advantage to your team, then you're out of position and really no help. So just learn that as well when you're playing this class, and that comes with experience. Overall, this class is a very basic class, but in the hands of a competent player can mean the difference between victory or defeat in both battle and in your just general firefights. This class is great to have when maybe your machine gunner or assault class people aren't doing the best, and you just need that extra firepower on the front line because maybe the weapons you have right now in other classes just isn't doing it for you. This class is where it can come in and do that job effectively. And like I said, your one job is to kill the enemy, so just remember that in combat. Overall, that sums up this class pretty much. This may not be a lot, but really this class doesn't need a lot. So if this video is a little underwhelming, I apologize for that, but this is the last video I'm going to work on for the how-to series for 2023. But I hope you got something out of the video. I know it's not a lot, but appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.